Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, and this is Tennis Manager 2025. I want to address a little break in the schedule that's been happening the last couple of days. Physical illness, mental health, bunch of stuff all mixed in, really. I don't deal well in the heat, which is weird for someone that was in Texas for 10 years until the start of this year. And the heat over there is so much worse than over here back in the UK. But air conditioning over there allows me to control that a lot better than uh, the way British houses are designed and the lack of central heating, or central air conditioning, however you want to term it. So I've got a fan, I've got a spray bottle full of water. I keep sort of spraying myself down, you know, just trying to keep cool. I'm getting ill because I'm overheating, because that's the way my body is and the way my illnesses work. It's a whole thing. And then just mental health, you know, it's been a lot over the last 6 months. Um, so yeah, that's just what it is. Like I say, there's lots of different issues, and trying to work out a visa to get my wife over here. I haven't really seen her in 6 months, so there's a lot going on, and I don't really want to bring it up a lot. I don't really want to deal with it or think about it too much. But I think it's fair to give you a decent idea of why there have been breaks in the schedule, and there may continue to be a few breaks in the schedule, but the plan is a video every morning, starters orders, and then Monday to Friday, and then a tennis manager video Monday to Friday in the evening. That doesn't come up a lot. There's been a lot of bonus videos on the weekends, so I hope that makes up for it. Some extra long episodes here and there. But yeah, I appreciate everyone's still checking out the videos, having fun. All the comments, like the more comments, the better. You know how the algorithm works. Comment, like, subscribe. That's basically how you help a channel out. It's not like I'm making money off this, but that just helps the channel grow and kind of gives me something to kind of focus on when shit hits the fan, which it has been doing. So yeah, all that out the way. Just to say thank you, appreciate it. This is what's been going on, and just heads up if it may continue on further. So back to this. It's been a very interesting ride. I will say that. A very, very interesting ride. And we've got a bunch of good people here. And yeah, we're just rolling into the new season. I don't know what the goals really are. Like, I know roughly what the goals are. I know what our agreed goals are. And we can look at that again, sort of, junior top three. I think it's achievable. Win a title. Win a Grand Slam and then win the end of season title. It's lofty, but I think we're good enough. Okay, maybe I don't know. I saw this change before I thought I clicked. Maybe I clicked early. I'm a bit paranoid with this game because there's so many graphical issues, so many things change when I click different screens that I don't know kind of what information to believe sometimes. But yeah, like David Kong is very it's very good, but he's just I'm just a little uncertain. But I think if he plays to his potential, we can hit those goals. Top 10 in the girls, participate in the finals and a quarterfinal Grand Slam. I think that's much more achievable for Nadia. And I think between the two of them, that should be pretty good. Um, Margot, she's very upset right now. Top 100 in the women's is lofty. I don't see it this year. I don't see it this year. Like 200, maybe 250, somewhere in 250, 300 range, I'd be more comfortable with. Participate in the next gen finals, I don't know. That's the under 21s. I think top 6 or 8 get picked generally. And then a couple from sort of outside that sometimes as well, I've seen. So, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't strictly go on rankings. but I've seen people be missed out. Perhaps that's just a glitch or an error somewhere. Infinitely possible. So I think we struggle with this. Even being in the top 100, there's a lot of very good young women on the Pro Tour, so I don't know about that one. Qualify for a Grand Slam, I think we may be able to do. It's kind of borderline. Qualify for a 250. I mean, we need the ranking to go down. She needs to win some like 75s and 100s, catapult up towards that, I don't know where, sort of top 200 ranking. Then we can play and qualify for a 250, qualify for a Grand Slam. I'll feel more comfortable moving in that direction. So, end of the year, maybe New York to finish. Who knows? Win a 70, win 115. Like, these are what we need to do to be able to do any of this, I feel. And we are 30th in France, so that's not too bad. Jack's also upset. He's one place outside the top 5 British men's. Quarterfinal of a 250 should be possible. A 32 of a Grand Slam. Might be borderline, but okay. Next gen finals. I don't really know why we're so low ranked if we're here. I'm guessing because nobody's got any points in this yet. And so everybody's even. And then this is going to be, a decent one to get down to the top 50. I do think we can do top 15 with Hannah. We're not that far away. A final of at least a 250. We can do quarterfinal of a Grand Slam. I think we can do. She just hasn't performed that well yet. Like round of 16, but that was the last one we played. And so we are trending in the right direction. Not quite the same direction as Kwame, but close. So I think she's okay. Maintain number 1. MTL finals, that's fine. Grand Slam semi-final, that's fine. Win a 250 or above. So those goals I feel pretty good with. I have also gone, I might as well do this now and just wrap it up. We've got new contracts. You can pause and look at them, but basically there's a ton of money. Winning a Grand Slam and a title is going to be so much money. But just playing 20 tournaments, it's $1 million for Hannah. It'll be 5.6 million almost for Kwame. And then, yeah, if he wins a title, it's 7 million. If he wins a Grand Slam, it's like 7.4 million there. And then if he just plays at the Open 13 Provence, which I don't even know what that is, he'll get 3.5 million. It's kind of a nuts contract. But yeah, Jack gets $1 million for playing in tournaments. If he gets up to number 30, cool, we get a little bit more, but it's not really money I'm going to care about. If we hit a couple of these, like, if we hit one of these, if we play 20 tournaments with Kwame, I'm bringing home 5.5 million this season. I don't really care about much else. Like, I can fail every other goal. I'm still perfectly fine on money. So I think that just needs to be taken into account. But yeah, a little bit of money there. 20 tournaments with Margot is 880k. Nadia would net us another 190, almost 200. And David would give us 200 as well. So, yeah. I feel pretty good about them. Of course, world number 1. It was big, and this is the contract he got as world number 1. Remember, this is the contract he got as world number, I want to say like 30 or maybe 60-ish. We're somewhere on there when we signed. So there's a vast difference, and you would expect something similar here on the racket sponsorship. Because everybody else, I think, who signed in the same year, I'm not sure anyone did. Well, no, David did, but it's such a low contract, it's difficult to say. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're working with. That's the situation we're in. We still got some stuff being developed. Got 24 days on our stores going up to level 3. The hotel to level 3 is another month. We've got 2 months on the sports study programs. We've got 7 months left on the physical therapy and the psychology departments maxing out, and that will be medical fully done. We got 12 days on clay courts. We've got a month for the swimming pool, and we got 2 months for the tactical room. So really, after all that comes in, and I know some of them are 7 months, but they're all at least underway. 3 months, 1.5 million for the sports HQ. And then our sports center's fully done. The medical center would be fully done. 1.6 million, whatever this is, probably the 1.5, 1.6 million. To complete the youth scouting, that'll take 6 months. And then the stores and the hotel, their final upgrade there. So again, I'm thinking like 3 million, 6 million, 7.5 million. Like, that's it. That's all there is. We don't have Youth Academy. I'm not looking to bring anyone in. We can. We're definitely not going to. I mean, unless there's a way that he is just, that's minimum potential, but he's like absolutely amazing. Same with Mark Inc. Yeah, I don't think we will. I don't think we will. We could. I just don't think we will. So yeah, like Avdiv, world class, 14-year-old with a hell of a beard. 4'11", early bloomer, aggressive baseliner, ambitious, hot-headed competitor. Ambitious. Yeah, okay, hot-headed. Okay, I can't remember what that one was now. And then competitor. So form. Finishing out a match. And higher objectives. Like, it sounded like a really bad sort of combination to me, but we'll get into form quicker thanks to matches. We would win, hopefully, and so this isn't a bad thing. We'd actually just get more of a boost. And he set high objectives, but we can get into form and win and whatever. So, okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So I'm still kind of learning what some of these things are. I have set people up so we watch all of ours on Moise. Quarterfinals or above for Margot and Jack, and then just finals for Nadia and David. And by watch, I mean simulate. We don't really watch matches. We can do. I think we might start to do that for big finals. But in general, I'm just going to be skipping through because this is like a zero to hero, road to glory, however you want to term it. Like, we started off with very little, almost nothing. And we've now got 6 potential superstars. 2 very young who are very good, but a long way to go. 2 on their journey who are just fantastic players and about to hit that next level. And then I got a couple of 21-year-olds who are breaking into the sort of main event and are the main event. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about everything. And we should earn enough money through prize money and sponsorship money and other bits and pieces throughout the year to get a lot more updates done. So we are going to start out with everybody here apart from Jack and Moise right now opening up this week. Might be worth looking over some of these. So Canberra Open, 125 for Hannah. Then straight in to the Adelaide, and then the Australian Open. So we're quite heavy at the start. I think it might take us a little while to get going, so we're just going to notch up a couple of tournaments early, maybe get knocked out, but hopefully get a couple of wins, get a little bit of form, and as long as we can manage the, not form, not morale, the third thing, fitness, physical fitness, we can go into the Aussie Open with a bit of hope there, and then basically I auto-booked for the first couple of weeks. I just kind of left it on automatic, then I pulled everybody off automatics. So you can see that week 5 was my first booking, really. So we got the 500, week 7, we got the 1,000 at Doha, and then we got a little bit of a break, and then 11, we've got the San Diego Open. That's as far as I went. So I basically booked as big as I could for everybody. So Kwame doesn't play week 1, but he does play in the 250, and then straight into the Aussie Open. That was game booked for him. We went for the 500, the 500, and the 1,000. Margot was auto booked into a rookie 15, which I really like. The fact that she's not playing juniors. Then there's a rookie 35. A rookie 35. A rookie 35. And then another rookie 35. So I think you can tell where we kind of took over in that one. And yeah, nothing week 1 or week 2. And I thought we might have to qualify. So, see there, we're not actually in the mix. But we are number 94 here. So, we do make it into the Australian Open. Defending champion is Kwame. But we got Jack, so we'll see how that works. We'll kind of see how that works. That's going to be an interesting one. 100% that's going to be an interesting one. And then I'm basically booking the 125s where I can for Jack. So, and I'm not holding him and Kwame apart. If they meet, they meet. Wasn't really anything here, so we go 100. I think Kichinok is basically just whatever we can find at the top end that goes. So 300, 300, 300. She gets a week off. She goes into the 200. Because I tried to do this, there's no qualifiers for Junior Grand Slam. It wouldn't allow me to book this. It said that race director or whatever might pull us out. Tournament director might pull us out. So I went for the 200. And then back to the 300. And the 300. And similar with David is, the game wants him in the 60, that's fine. I put him in 300, 200, 300, and 300. So I wish that they would be able to go into the Australian Open Junior, but that was not allowed. It just wasn't something I could do. So it is sadly what it is. But this is where we're at right now, in a good place. Morale a little sticky in a couple of places. Definitely tears here. So Margot and Jack at rock bottom. David and Hannah are correct. Moise and Nadia are happy. 3 good, 3 excellent forms. 3 top forms. And 3 fresh for physical conditions. Kind of hoping we get off to a good early start. Canberra Open, we are the number 1 seed. Number 3 seed is quite low. So yeah, 59 is a 2nd seed. So we're definitely kind of below where we should be, but a nice early win, get a few points, move us up, might not be a bad thing. So 6-1, 6-2 for Hannah. Nadia and David both get knocked out, but Margot going okay. Jack, little bad. And Louis. Okay. I feel like you just joined us like last season, right? Huh. Okay. I wonder if there's just anyone we can recruit that would. You're gonna hate that contract. I get it. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that so much. I mean, if she wants to leave, she can leave. If she wants to retire. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get someone better in now and just improve things. So Mika Stojsavlic or Savljevic. Yeah, I can never say this name properly. Stoj Savljevic. Stojsavljevic. Um, Mika. Yeah, she's beaten us before, but that was on grass. And if we know anything, Hannah don't like grass. In fact, none of our people really like grass. So 6-3-7-5, Battle of the British. Hannah comes out on top. Margot's still going, which is lovely. Facing our first seed, then number 6, Caitlin Quevedo. Beaten her once. Should be another victory. 6-2-6-2. Nice. Getting up there. So this is Margot now then. Okay, Margot's number 6 seed. Beat Hikaru Sato 6-2, lost 6-1, beat her again 6-3 to take that. 6-2, 6-2 over Brandy Walker, and now Mel Elizabeth Riasco Gonzalez. They're not that far apart. Like, yeah, we're all like in the 600-700. So, yeah, number 1 seed 603. It's okay, never played before. Balanced, but we should maybe be okay. Volley and serve spin. So serve and volley would probably work. It's not what we're good at. So 6-3, 6-2 though, beating Mel. We'll take it. 100% we will take that. 20 more days for that, that's fine. 15 less days for that, that's fine. I'm not counting on them for anything, so that's not too bad. Number 3 seed then, Petra Marchenko. Next up for Hannah, never played. 6-1, 6-3. It said it should be easy. It turned out to be. And then Margot. Her semi-final against Camilla Barton. Balanced. And yeah, again, it's similar kind of things. The 7-6-6-1. Margot takes control that second set. Plays decently well and gets into her first final of the year. And a chance just to get some points nice and early, which is quite big. So she will be up first too. She'll play the number 1 seed, Simona Ogescu. So only 20 places between us. Not too bad. Easy match. Start well, keep cool, put pressure on, make her run. Okay. Let's see, does Margot have what it takes? She does. 6-3, 6-1. Nice for her. So that's what, 15 points? So that's 62. Are we? No, we haven't just jumped, have we? Maybe we just jumped. No, because she would have gone up as well. So she has. Because she was 60. So, yeah, it hasn't updated yet, has it? So we were basically a point behind her for those 20 places. We're at 623. She's 603. And you can see that we went up but I guess we were ranked off our old rankings. Yeah, 16 should take us to 62 if I'm correct. This will ballpark us inside the top 500. Absolutely love that. And Hannah, cheekily 125 to begin things. Sofia Marianikov, don't think we've played. She's number 7 seed. She's inside the top 100. And 6 love 6-3, as should be a dominant performance for Hannah there. So, running short path. Yeah, she was good. She was good. Went over some strategy. And she's moving in the right direction. But yeah, like a little quick 15 for Margot. Hannah, a little 125. I don't think that's going to really move her up much. But yeah, it could actually. Up to about 18, somewhere on there. Depends what other people are doing in their tournaments, of course. There's definitely a chance that it might not work out. So, Suede can come in. Nice. Not really a ton of things here. Yeah, Hannah's going to be sort of going right back into a tournament. We need to keep an eye on her. We need to keep an eye on her schedule, get her some rest, kind of make sure she's cooling off. She's kind of in a good place. So she moves up to 19, not 18. Margot just outside the top 500, not just inside. But yeah, it's good to kind of know what our trajectory looks like. Slight movements down for Nadia and David. Don't really mind that. Jack's still in the top 100. That's all fine. So, oh, Margot's automatically going to get put into the Open Junior, even though I was told that she would probably get rejected. That's interesting. Okay. So yeah, schedules are going to be a little crazy early on. So Hannah is number 21 in the world. She's not seeded because she comes in as a wild card. But she is actually number 19 in the world. She is playing Potapova, who is 17 in the world. Don't think we've met. We have. We've met twice. Ah, yes. Okay. Okay, yeah. I, I don't know who I thought it was, but I thought it was somebody else. We will get knocked out early, as I kind of figured, as we move up in the tournaments. So she didn't have a week off, but she did have a week off, if you get what I'm saying. So Diego's top seed, and we're wild carded. Of course, yeah, these were the wild card entries I accepted, wasn't they? So yeah, that's why we're not seeded. So I guess they seeded the tournament, and then they asked us if we wanted to play as a wild card, which is nuts for the world number one to be wild carded into like not even a top tier tournament. Unseeded wild card entry for the world number one. 6-3, 6-2 over Topple. It's wild. It is. It's wild. Okay, that's what it is. Who was going to leave? It was Louis, wasn't it? Louis. Yeah, I'm like 100% sure that you weren't actually gonna be You only came in last season. You shouldn't have been there, though. You should have been with everyone. So, yeah. So now it's going to be weird because I've got Soda coming in who's marginally better than Kane. So I was trying to set it up as it should be, and then, like, then make changes. That doesn't make sense. I should just assign who I want. So, Soda, Kane, and then where is she? There she is. So her monthly is 4. So if I keep her around, I can use her a little bit, but I can also just pay 2 months and get rid of her, which I think I'm going to do because we can absorb that money. And we're keeping our staff level consistent. Now, she is kind of high. Like, her and Kane are just fantastic. And they are by far the top 2 earners. And that makes sense to me. It makes sense. Partuka to be so dang low at 5.4 is nuts. That one doesn't seem right. Kwame. I forgot I put Kwame in here. I think, yeah, I gave Kwame. Like, he's not bad. He's not bad. But yeah, I mean, he's world number 1. That's all absolutely fine. Right? There's nothing more kind of needs to be said about it than that, to be fair. Oh, Steffi. And someone we beaten before. Tsitsipas is a tough opponent, to be fair. We did absolutely trounce him the last time. Was he 25th in the world? He still looks really good. We have scouted him before, which is probably why we know him very well. Does look like his physicals are failing him. Former world number 3. But we respect Steffi here. We do. 7-6-6-3. Nowhere near as tough as the last one. We do manage to get through there quite nicely. Getting our scouting in. Quarterfinal, Yannick Sinner. Someone else who we respect as well. Speed's a little lacking. His volley game isn't great. But I mean, he still is right up there or above where we are. But we're world number 1. He's number 16 in the world. It seems so weird for him to be like outside the top 10 to me. We do lose the first 6-7, then we win 7-5, 6-1, defeating Yannick Sinner. And we get Margot here. Again, it's so weird to see us like this, but yeah. Against the number 7 seed, and we're gonna play 6-love, 7-6. Her injury is gonna be what it's gonna be. Clay courts are done. Thomas Mashak. Yeah, I was gonna say you've been decently high up as well, haven't you, recently? So top 50 plays, beaten us a decent amount, but this should be ours to win. 6-4, 6-3. And then Margot, a little inflamed elbow, but she looks like she's in good shape. So I'm absolutely fine. Stoyanov, we've beaten twice, should win. 6-4, 6-3. We'll take that. And then Alex Dimina, 20th in the world, former world number 2, solid. We've beaten better. This isn't a high-level tournament by any stretch of the imagination, but we should win. 6-4, 6-4. Moise takes his first tournament, which again is really nice. We're winning at different levels here. David Kong, another wildcard entry into the boys 60 against Shirag. How the hell am I going to say this? Kashitish? Something like that? Kashitish? Yeah. Not really sure. Should win. I feel pretty comfortable. Yeah, 6-love in that second set. Kind of done really well. And then Margot against number 1 seed Alexia Rus. We are the number 1. We've never played before, but we should beat her quite comfortably. Not as comfortable as it should have been. 7-6, 5-7, 3-1, and then maybe we drop up. We were carrying that little knock. Did it turn into a big injury? Or did Alexia go? Yeah. Unfortunately, she gets to the final and has to forfeit, despite probably being able to win quite comfortably. But David was decent. Still needs a little bit of work. He's got a few things still in the single digits here. Serve, spin, forehand, backhand. They're all pretty big things, but that's kind of decent there. And that's a nice win for Kwame. Doesn't really help him out too much, but yeah, I feel pretty good. Don't need to recruit the star. Yeah, Moise is always a blue chip prospect. A major player at this academy. Yeah. He could very well be the world number 1, you know? Could be a top player at our academy. It's funny how that kind of works out sometimes. He'd be at the top of international tennis. And, yeah. Cool. What a dumb interview. What a really dumb interview. So sadly, we don't collect all 3, but we do get 2 out of the 3. And then we're right in here with a wild. Oh. Okay. That's the Provence Open. Okay. It's a 250. Why are we being asked if we want to get into a 250? Interesting to me. So I think there were other people that were also being locked into the Provence Open. I don't think I took. So Kwame might be the only one, but he's playing week 6. But he can't play week 6 because he's booked in. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess we're not going to be having 3.5 million from playing in Provence. Yeah, that was kind of an interesting one. I don't fully understand. I don't fully understand that. Slabora, 6'4", 6'2", 6'2". Get your training. Get you some extra care. Hannah's about to play. You're rehabilitating. You're in decent shape. You're in decent shape. You're not, but you haven't yet played. So, okay. Zolotareva. Ooh, Hannah. Well, that was not on the cards. She's not bad, but like, that should be a fairly easy win. And I can't believe just already Hannah's starting to struggle. Like, if Moise can get to a semi-final here, we're almost completely hitting his goals. Hannah came in top form, correct morale. Oh, sorry. In good condition, correct morale, top form. And then she just doesn't do anything. Jack qualified for a Grand Slam. He didn't get to the 32. Hannah's supposed to get to a quarterfinal. She got knocked out a little bit before that. Yeah, she needs to learn. Major disappointment. She needs to get on board. I think that's about it. Margot's out, so really kind of bad week with that one injury, and then everybody else kind of getting knocked out. We got David still in this little boys 300. Like, you lost to a better player, so that's fine. You lost to a better player in 5 sets, with 3 of the sets going to extras. 6-2 to them, 6-3 to us in the 2 normals. I'm kind of okay with that again. That's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, there's just some disappointment here. There definitely is some disappointment here. Can't sneak in a little more here. So 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. And then okay, Svetach versus Wenzil. Did I click that one? Maybe I did, maybe didn't. I was trying to give David some rest, but he gets to the quarterfinals. I don't really care. Ben Shelton, number 18 in the world, beat number 4, should beat him again, 7-5, 6-2, 6-3. And that puts us into the quarterfinals. If we can just beat Landaluce. Beaten him twice last year. Ooh, a bit of a battle to begin with. 7-6 to him. 7-6 to us. 7-6 to him. 6-4 to even things up. And then finally, we get the job done. 6-4. We just didn't really have an easy game of it. Yeah. I mean, really, we were kind of stretched there a little bit. Not gonna lie, that was far from our best. Far from our best. First in the world, 18th in the world, 99th in the world, 512th in the world, and then 61st and 69th on the juniors. Not bad. Not bad. No interest in that. The fact that I've got to click all of them and say no individually. Then I've got to leave the screen and come back to delete this email. And you can't ignore it because it'll come up here and won't allow you to continue because your answer's needed for an outstanding email. Just little things we can do better. Little things we can do better. Lorenzo Musetti, very decent player. We've beaten him twice. We should win again. And we don't. Somehow we just get bounced. 7-6, 2-6, 7-6. Something up with Moise. He just... We were fit. We were in good form. We were happy. We were going through. And then... Like... Really bad. Really bad. We were outstanding last season. Maybe, just way too good. But like finalists, winners, and this year, quarterfinalist? It's kind of a step backwards. Not a small step either. A little interesting, a little disappointed. Didn't even get the semi-final. A little confused. A little confused there. But playing good people, we can lose to anyone at any time, and their stats are as good as ours, really. But, yeah. In reality, I don't think that's a match we should be expecting to lose. So, well, that's the Aussie Open. That's an Aussie Open. Definitely not where we wanted to be, though. Definitely not where we wanted to be. We got the Junior Open with Margot. She's still carrying her little injury. We're going to have to see how that goes. Kwame straight in here. Bounces back, beating Van Esch. And then in the ladies, Machinko, 6-1, 6-4. Nadia, Jack, and David all in there. I guess that's good. So we're slowly moving forward with everything. 6-3, 6-1 over Shang for Moise. Swimming pool's taking a long time. Okay, we've had a lot of delays. Yeah. Didn't really... Of the best of Hannah. Skip 3D analysis. Match speed. Like this. Okay. Couple of errors there. So yeah, I mean, really she's painting the outside for her winners. When she's leaving it short is when she's maybe getting beaten. And she's 3 games down right now, 4 games down. She's just going to give up this first set quite quickly. Huh. Okay, let's try and get back into this one. Well, that was an interesting first set. Just not getting there. And for some reason, yeah, she just dominated her. Yeah. Yep. She needs to learn. She needs to rest. I'll talk to her. Uh, her opponent was better on the court. Did she surprise you? Not at all. Don't know who she is. Honestly, don't know who she is. 6'2", 6'2". World 43. She was number 37 at her peak. She's distinctly average with a couple of good bits about her game. She's not Hannah, but she showed up. She played hard. She played well. Hannah didn't. Hannah gets knocked out. So that's about it. And we don't get through in the Aussie Open juniors either. Musetti 6'2", 6'4". It's a quarterfinal there. Don't care about the objectives right now. Jack Draper. We've played 3 times, so Jack took the first one on grass. Then we've had that real battle, and then the big flip was the World Cup. So 7-5, 6-3. Very solid. And it looks like 3 different finals here. So Holger Rune will be the first up. 7-5, 6-3 for Moise. David will be playing up against Hugo Laura. Never played before. Gonna lose that 4-6, 4-6. And then Nadia is up against Sandenberg and wins 6-2, 6-2. And gets a nice little boost. So, couple of good tournaments, couple of bad tournaments. A pretty bad in general Australian Open. I don't love that. I don't love that we're in really bad form with Hannah early in the season. Because she just doesn't really win much anyway. I mean, you look at this. Grand Slams, not great. We've got a round of 16, that's it. We've got a semi-final in 1,000. That's as far as we've gone. A couple of quarters. A couple of quarters of 500. We won a 250. The next Gem Finals, we got to the semi-finals this past year. And we won a 125. So we've won a 125. We won a 250. And that's it. Over the last 2 years, that's it in terms of tournament wins. The difference between her and Moise is he wins. Now, it might only be rookie 15s, but Margot's got the same number of tournament wins as Hannah. If you look at the juniors, she wins. Jack has won a 125. Jack's won 100. He's won a 50. He's won a 25. He's won a 15. Like, Nadia's just getting started. She's also won 2 tournaments at her level. And David's won 2 tournaments at his level, despite him only just starting. So, yeah, it's kind of worrying how well she plays and how high up the ranking she becomes. And yet, she just doesn't really win much. It's kind of nuts. and it's kind of annoying. But hey, it is what it is. That is what it is. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on what Hannah is kind of going through and what we might want to change up to kind of get her going again. Um, Disappointed from Moise as well. Did anyone see that coming for any reason? I didn't. Maybe I missed something. If so, do let me know. But I don't feel like there was any real reason to get knocked out where we did. But I'm still fairly happy where those two are. I think that's big. Like, I'm fairly happy with those two are. Margot and Jack, I'm very happy with kind of where they're at. They've got very lofty goals for sure, but I think there's a chance we can kind of get there, maybe. Nadia and David have a long way to go, but also they're quite quickly jumping on up the rankings as well. So, yeah, let me know what you think. As I say, comment down below. Like and subscribe while you're there. It really does help out. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe, and all the very best to you. There's some definite questions to be answered.